Real stories. Real heartbreak. This is Letters from the Broken Dot.
It was supposed to be a fresh start. A new apartment, a new city. A new chapter for us. We deepened through rough patches before, the long distance when he got that promotion, the months of miscommunication, the fights over nothing. But we survived. At least I thought we did. He always had a way of making me feel like I was overreacting. You're imagining things he'd say when I questioned the late night texts from a colleague. Or I've been busy when I brought up how distant he'd become. I wanted to believe him. God, I needed to. We were engaged now. I wore the ring. We were planning a wedding. Didn't he want to be that woman who doubted her future husband? Then came that night. I came home early from a trip to visit my mother. My flight was supposed to land at midnight, but I managed to catch an earlier one. I didn't tell him I wanted to surprise him. The apartment was dark when I walked in. Silent. I smiled. I imagined crawling into bed next to him, holding him, breathing him in. But when I opened the bedroom door, I froze. There was an earring on the pillow. Not mine. Not even close. My heart dropped so fast I thought I'd pass out. I didn't he yell. I didn't he cry. I just stood there staring at that tiny silver hoop. Like it had shattered my entire life. He wasn't home. But suddenly everything clicked. The business trips, the sudden overtime, the way he started putting a passcode on his phone for work he claimed. I sat on the bed. Couldn't he move? Couldn't he think? Just stared at that earring until it blurred. Eventually, I stood up and started looking. Not to invade, but to know. To confirm the truth my heart already felt. I found receipts. Lip gloss in the dryer. A wine glass in the sink with lipstick on it. A scarf that didn't belong to me. Proof. Cold, cruel proof. When he walked in 30 minutes later, his face turned white. I didn't even have to ask. He stammered. He lied. He begged. I was going to end it. He said it didn't mean anything. They never mean anything until they ruin everything. Didn't he scream? Didn't he throw things? I just looked at him and said, "You were my future, and now you're a stranger." I packed a bag and left that night. The days after were a blur. I couldn't eat. Couldn't he sleep? Couldn't he understand how someone who said they loved me could do this? But the worst part wasn't the betrayal. It was the silence. The way he let me walk away. The way he stopped fighting. Like I wasn't even worth saving. Weeks turned into months. I moved back to my hometown. I started therapy. I journaled. I cried in the shower until I had no tears left. But slowly, so slowly, I began to breathe again. I took walks alone. Reconnected with friends I had pushed aside for him. I stopped checking my phone, hoping he'd text. I stopped wondering if he missed me. I started missing me, the woman I used to be. before I bent myself to be what he needed. One day I saw a post from his new girlfriend. She was smiling in the apartment we once shared. At first it hurt, but then I smiled because I knew something she didn't. He might be promised her forever too, but now I knew better. Forever isn't just a word. It's a commitment, a choice, and I choose me.